From my brain to my hands, from my hands to the bowls, from the bowls to the stars. This is Finding Monster Right. Show about finding monsters, right?
Right.
I'm Adam.
I'm Allie, but now I'm a German Shepherd. But now I'm a lizard. But now I'm a cyberwitch. But now I'm an asteroid computer lady.
And today we're talking about shifting shapes in many ways, shapes, and forms with a 1999 film. But first we have a guest to introduce. Joining us from the Up All Night podcast is Courtland. Hey, Courtland.
Hi, Adam and Allie. How are you guys doing?
Wonderful.
We are having a blast.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's about to change.
Yes, a blast from the past.
Right, because we have a job to do today. We made a pledge. I saw a movie, much like Gatorface from earlier this year. I saw a movie in like 2006 or 2005 on Comcast On Demand or something, somewhere in the ballpark of 20 years ago. And I remember little bits and pieces of it, and I found the name of it recently, and I found it on Tubi again. And I was like, Adam, we're back in business. And so many things happened in this movie that I decided we're going to make an attempt to recap it all, and we're not going to stop until we do. Ready, Adam?
Yes, I'm ready.
1, 2, 3. No sleep till
Recap of 19...
We accurately recall all of Shapeshifter 1999 featuring Up All Night. Foot on the pedal, never ever false metal. Engine runner hotter than a boiling kettle. My job is
Courtland, this is very typical for the record.
I'm cool with it.
on location, touring around the nation. Finding Monster Right, always on vacation.
I was expecting a Chris Pratt action sequence because I've seen that twice in theaters this year.
What was it from?
It's a film. It's one of those music films called No Sleep Until Brooklyn
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
by the Bestial Boys. Yes.
I'll say this a lot. I'm kind of stupid, so.
No.
It's okay. You were among the... Listen, we all sat down to watch Shapeshifter 1999. I think it's...
See,
I think we're in the same brain pool.
yeah, I think that's where my problems began.
You're very intelligent when I guessed on your program.
It's this movie, you guys. Whew.
Yeah, this movie. So we have to recall everything that happened in this goddamn movie, and that's a really tall order. How's it start?
It's a really tall order for an 82-minute film. I was surprised by... I think I wrote about 1,000 words of notes.
There's so much that happens. Like, the script just keeps going, you guys. Like, there was like 10 minutes left at the end of the movie, and my wife was like, because I made her watch too, she was like, how is this going to conclude? And then it does. And there's a lot of steps in between that last 10 minutes, I swear to goodness.
Yeah, let's get into it. So, without further ado, it opens up in space. There's an asteroid hurtling towards Earth, and
Oh, yeah, that part.
it lands on the ground near a Romani encampment.
Yeah.
And a little boy picks it up and continues on the little caravan and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Big Ruby Rock is picked up after this Predator opening sequence, as I called it.
Oh, it is extremely Predator, actually, yeah.
Yeah, the Traveler boy has a smooth comb over to his hair that I noted.
How smooth.
So he's so smooth, like you wouldn't believe. But
I don't know, I can believe pretty smooth. Let's just really harp on this, on how minor of a detail this is.
Well, we go from Travelers of the Past to Travelers of the Present, which is 1999, as we see a family of 3 on an airplane.
Yes.
Yeah, we're quickly whisked to 1999, the best year, really.
I was 5, so yeah, I gotta say so.
It's pretty grad.
Yeah. I was expecting, there's like a match cut of like the wheels of the caravan to the sun, and
yep.
I thought it was going to be like the wheels of the caravan to like the turbines of the plane engine, but I feel like that was a little beyond them.
Yeah, I also agreed. I was like, wait, what? We're going right into the sun? Okay, all right.
that was my first note that the editors of this movie might not have the same directions that the director might have.
So who's on the plane?
Okay, there's a boy named Alex Brown.
55-year-old teenage boy, Mark Zuckerberg, Alex Brown.
I wrote Alfie Allen in my notes. It's kind of the vibe that he gives off.
I got a lot of Mark Zuckerberg vibes. This is like what every blue check on Twitter thinks that they are like in real life. It's just like...
Yeah. The way this child is acted is just so like encapsulating the coolness of 1999 all in one character.
Yeah, he's the kid that gives a thumbs up in the computer like GIF.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Fully grown.
That might be him plus like 50 years, and also he created Facebook alongside Andrew Garfield.
He is the most deadpan actor I think I've seen in a very long time. And I mean, I covered every episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark, and this child's acting is just so stiff.
This child's acting is so stiff.
I kind of love it.
Yeah, he stiffly, while he's on the plane, pulls out his good old Apple Macintosh laptop. You know, the famous one that everyone has to this day.
Right.
And he's getting a request for his global positioning satellite.
He, like, transmits a signal on his sleeping dad's watch, and I thought this was going to come up later. It does not. And...
No.
Like...
We learned shortly after that he is part of a family of spies, which like I think it's great because it's like this is coming out right around Spy Kids, the first one, and they're like, look, we need a whole movie to establish that these kids are spies and how that all works around here. But they're like, nope, right out of the gates, he's part of this spy fam.
Yeah,
he knows what his parents are up to.
It's like a normal job. It's
yeah.
He's just another agent, kind of, maybe.
Yeah, like, he just is so, like, wooden, and, like, he is a 15-year-old boy who is actually a 55-year-old man who is pretending to be Jason Bourne, but he's Mark Zuckerberg.
Actually, I have a theory that he's only assigned the role of son to, like, this couple.
That would actually make a lot of sense.
Oh, like Black Widow.
Yeah. My biggest, like, amazement in this whole beginning part is that he gets all like internet access on a plane just in 1999. Like he gets this internet access. I mean, spoilers for later. Like he uses this computer and just pops it open and bam, he's got the internet. And I'm like, I wish I could be living in 1999 like that. Damn.
Yeah. Is it an important part of hacking in 1999 that you have like a rotating like Space Jam website GIF of the Earth where all the continents are slightly raised higher than all of the oceans in a way that doesn't look realistic at all? So somebody intentionally had to make it look stupid like that? Like, that absolutely, I don't know why that's my smooth come over traveler boy. That's my needlessly small frustrating detail.
We all get one.
Yeah.
They arrive, have traveled across the Atlantic and arrive in, I believe, Glenville, Iowa. At 666 East River.
No,
Yawn.
66. She said 66. I also heard 666 at first, and I was like, whoa.
You guys are trying to make this movie way cooler than it is.
Yeah, there's no supernatural elements in this movie, Adam. Come on.
I'm sorry I tried to introduce devil elements to this very light, thin picture.
It's not, this is not a high concept movie, Adam. This is a straightforward, very grounded piece. Okay.
So his dad says, and a voice that makes me think like, oh, you're your father. You're your son's father. Like your mom and dad are out of the spy business.
Yes, Alex's dad.
Who are Alex Brown now and forever.
Amen.
They're just dunzos. They just wipe their hands clean of that whole spy nonsense going on.
His former name, Mark Zuckerberg.
I think that his dad might be like dubbed over. Because his mom has like a very thick accent. So maybe the dad's accent was like too thick, so they got like a total of milk toast fella in the recording studio to help patch him up.
I think so too.
Yeah, we were talking about a sequel for this movie. I think I would rather see the prequel where this American spy and this Russian spy fall in love. That's a premise that I'm sure has been done before, but I need to look that up.
I recommend to you Spy Kids.
Oh,
it's only 1 year later than this.
I'll check it out. Machete's in that.
Yeah.
So anyway, they're done with the spy business, but the spy business isn't done with them, because who shows up? That's right, it's the Romanians or the Russians or something.
They have distinct Eastern European accents as he clocks them.
Specified from us, yes. In case we didn't know, the folks at home.
Courtland, do you recall these three ninja dressed spies? What their plan is?
Not particularly. I tried really hard. Okay, so in this day and age, you got your cell phone on you all the time, right?
Oh yeah.
I try really hard, especially for movies and stuff I'm going to cover on a podcast. I try not to look at my phone at all. This movie was a challenge for me to do that. But if you were to do that, you would lose everything in this movie, because it just keeps going and going and going, and you need to follow along. It's hard.
If I ever wrote down a quote, I had to rewind it about 3 times to get it right. Yeah. So their plan, the spies' plan is that they have powder and darts in a gun. They're to shoot the parent spies, and I guess get the son as well, set the house on fire, and leave. But
Alex finds out about this because he's up in the attic playing with all their spy equipment like he's not supposed to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that part, based on what happens afterwards and stuff, I was really, I don't get why he was so keen on playing with the spy toys. He acts like he's done that his whole life, he is part of the spy gang.
Yeah,
he was just up in that attic where they already somehow put all of their stuff away, even though they just moved there. And he's up there toying around with shit.
It's like my boy spends the entire movie as the Act 3 version of his character,
Right, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly. He's perfectly capable, he does the most capable stuff, just right out of the gate here, where he not only hides from the villain spies up in the rafters, but then he extinguishes the fire himself.
Oh my god!
Calls his boss or his ex-boss and says, "All right, I won't go in," and then does go in.
Oh, hang on! I noticed actually, because I remembered some scenes from my first viewing in the second Bush administration. I remembered some scenes that didn't show up in this. I found out that this is actually, the version on Tubi is actually the version with several deleted scenes taken out because they didn't make any sense.
What?
This is the version that makes more sense.
Oh, okay.
So,
right.
Deleted scene number 1. After Alex finds his parents' bed unoccupied, he plays a CD with a pre-recorded video message from them telling him about the American Express card and the, I want to say, $7 in unmarked bills.
Yes, yeah, he only picks up $5.
Yeah, he does. He picks it up, he counts it. It's $7. It's supposed to be a lot of money. They got $7 petty cash. And they also they tell him what number to call and say, get the field operations handler, blah, blah, blah. And then, so that's how he knows. He doesn't just know.
Okay. So the director's cut, it shows a more capable spy. Release
the Snyder cut. I had to get a VPN to view it because it's blocked in the United States on YouTube, but it's on there. You have to go to Dutch VPN, but it does work. I did some spy shit, is what I'm saying.
Damn, this movie has given you inspiration. I love it.
Oh,
did you do what he? Did you do what he did this scene and take your shirt off first before opening up your laptop to your boss?
We'll get to that. But
there's a couple of things that I absolutely love that happens when he's at home. So the fire is ignited. They use gasoline to light it up. Alex comes downstairs. He grabs that fire extinguisher. He splurts it about twice. And he's like, okay, it's out. I can go upstairs and do what I got to do now. And then he calls the boss. And the boss is like, who are you? And he's like, oh, I'm their son. And he's like, where's my parents at? And he's like, oh, they got taken away by the Romanians. And he's like, who's their boss? And I'm like, This man doesn't even know who you are. He's not going to give you this information, but he does, because then this movie wouldn't happen if he didn't.
Right. It's like he's Petrov.
He has like the highest level of clearance immediately.
It's amazing. I love it. And then later on, I think it's before he leaves, he like grabs his mom's scarf, which is a big part of the movie for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
And he smells it. And I'm just like, that would just smell like smoke, right? Your house was on fire.
It's a great point.
Yeah.
So he gets on the phone and he's like, he does like a deep voice to imitate an adult man, despite the fact that he is already 55. And he's like,
yes, hello, I'd like my son to go on a plane, please. Okie doke, spy.
or whatever he says. And no, it's gotta be accurate. I'm sure. You know what? No, that's exactly what he says. And then like he gets on a plane, he goes to Romania, and he like immediately goes into a watch store and is like, I need a dozen red roses. And they're like, oh, hi, Alex. I didn't know it was you. Keep the change. Hi, doggy.
You're my favorite customer.
Yeah.
I clocked a couple with so types in this.
Oh, yeah.
In this.
No, that's in my notes, too.
Yeah, good.
When Tommy was notes.
I have to say, because he wears this outfit throughout the whole
Yes, the red shirt.
Yeah, I have this outfit. I wear this all the time, and I was very upset to see him like this.
It's so we know where he is, right?
This motherfucker stole your outfit and your fiance's name.
It's really messed up.
He really is a shapeshifter.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I wrote down he calls in as dad. He dresses like a dad. The more I go, I'm like, I'm kind of mad that he's dressed like me.
So, anyway, he's in Romania. He picks up his dad's watch. He haggles with...
He was tracing the watch. That's how he found it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, so before he goes to Romania, too, he opens up his dad link, because that is essentially what it was from Richie Rich, like we talked about before we started recording. And I love that it was instantaneous in the plane where he would not have, like, any sort of internet connection. But at home, it takes a whole night for him to locate where his parents are. Like, he goes to bed like nothing happened and sniffs his mom's scarf like a weirdo. And then the next morning he's like, oh, they're in Romania. I gotta go there.
Well, no, it loads up, like, it says, like, a big text box. It's, like, loading, and then it shows, like, a big text box that just says, like, latitude and longitude. And then he, like, types in like, size 70,000 font, like, identify location, and it says Bucharest, Romania, and it's like, why didn't you just say that? And then it's like, as a language model, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
He takes a screenshot of that screen, then like prints it.
He does.
So he has
That's what you do. 1999 was rough.
He prints out. He takes a screenshot and prints out the screenshot, and he's like, "Have you seen this city?" It's just...
Yeah, it's all just lines and stuff, and everybody's like, "No, what the hell are you talking about, kid?"
So he has a back and forth with the guy that sells watches. Basically, he identifies his dad's watch, and he haggles him down to just $200 from $2,000, which I thought was, once again, incredibly impressive feat for Act 1.
Yeah, that guy apparently is actually from Romania. I thought it was a fake accent.
Oh, is that how they sound?
I mean, that's how he sounds.
Yeah, all my knowledge on that front is just out the window now.
I was like, why is this guy from Ann Arbor doing like a half Schwarzenegger? But I guess that's just what Romanian sounds like. That's on me.
Guess so. Basically, after this, he goes to a hostel, right? To where he's going to be staying. It's $5 a bed per night, $2 locker fee, whatever. I don't know why.
$5 American. There's a food stand down the street. Blah blah blah. We're really accurately recording this.
No, it's great. I'd go. I mean, $5 a night? Shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds great to me.
It's a bargain.
The main reason to go in here is to meet the cute receptionist, a lady named Anika.
Yes. Annika? Anika.
Annika. Yeah, you got it. Annika. I'd like, at first when I heard, I'm like, Anakin? And it's like, no, Anika.
You're trying to make this movie fancier.
I'm a person. My name's Annika. I'm a person. My name's Anika. Are you an angel? No, I'm from Iowa. What country is that? It's not a country. It's a state. In the United States of America? Oh, wow, you're from the United States? Oh my god, that's amazing. Let me just make out sloppy style with the ground you walk on. Like, She really
That's
reacts.
very much her.
That's how they all react, too. Like, every time he's like, I'm from Iowa. It's a state in America. They're all like, wow, America, that's so cool. And it's like, you have never been to Romania. The movie... You shot this movie in Romania, a place you've never been. How?
Yeah. So he basically puts his stuff in a locker, goes to the beds, and this is the guy I clocked as a Tommy Wiseau, just straight up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah, these like two, we call them music appreciators. These two like burnouts.
They're like a little bit metalheads, maybe?
Yeah.
They're British, right?
Yeah, these kind of Britishy metalheads. And they basically convince him. Oh, they basically manhandle him to going into this club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like he went. The first thing he did was he located the watch, and you're like, oh, he's gonna find out where his parents are, and then he buys the watch, and then he has no leads. Like he's just in Romania.
Yeah.
They say that Bjork is playing an unannounced concert in Bucharest, which like. How funny is it to just imagine these, like, metalhead teens and, like, Alex, like, future founder of Facebook, Alex, Mark Zuckerberg, Brown, just, like, fucking headbanging in this club to Hyper Ballad or something?
Yeah. I think his exact word that, like, they leave the scene is, he says, your next move is obvious. You're coming with us. Music is good for the soul. Which I guess is semi-thematic for what's about to happen here.
Yes.
If there was a theme.
So at the club.
Called Hard and Heavy.
Mm-hmm. At the club, there's like some... It's not Bjork. It's a bunch of like... It's like a hard rock band of some kind. And
I wrote American Rock and Roll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like Alex just starts getting high from music, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there was...
That's exactly what I wrote. He's getting so contact high is in my notes.
I thought there was going to be a deleted scene where, like, the Wiseaus slipped him something, but, like, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I blinked at one point. And I was like, did I miss the part where he, like, took a hit of acid? I didn't know what was going on for a second.
Here you go. Here you go, Alex Brown. We are going to see Bjork soon. I got these drugs from Chris R.
So yeah, he follows the kind of siren song of music outside of this rock stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He walks out the back. He passes 3 elderly men around a burn barrel, and in the smoke of the barrel, he sees a butterfly.
Yeah, and then there's like all these like there's like flashing colors and like the Dutch angles and stuff, and it's actually shot really, really accurately. I thought that is what it feels like to be high. And, like, shocking that they know, the people who made this movie.
Yeah, that's a real head scratcher. I don't know how they uncovered that.
I think we'll figure it out soon. I was going to say, like, out of all of the spirit animals you could see, because that's what I assumed what was happening there, a butterfly and the smoke.
Maybe it's the metamorphosis that a butterfly represents.
Oh, wow.
Still,
okay.
He doesn't turn into a butterfly at any point.
Well, I mean, spoilers, he doesn't really turn into much of anything.
Yeah. No, he doesn't. I didn't remember him turning into much, but like the whole movie, I was like, turn into a bug.
Exactly.
They'll never check for bugs. You can get anywhere.
It's almost like him just being a teen spy is enough of a movie.
Yeah.
He's in human form far too much.
Yeah. So he kind of follows this music all the way up to, what are we calling this place? A church?
I would say church.
Yeah.
Like a chapel?
I thought it was like an old church or something, yeah.
Yeah. And there he meets a priest who is wearing an outfit that I said is made of bat bodies.
I don't know if he's a priest. I think he's just an old magic man, you know? Like,
he's
honestly,
Yoda.
Yeah, he's Yoda.
So he encounters this straight up Yoda type.
He's like a male witch.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I like that.
Yeah, he just came out of, like, this church, and I was like, is that Max von Sydow? Wait, no, it can't be. This is Shapeshifter 1999. That's Max von Pseudo.
Very, very good, very good.
Thank you. It is Theodore Danetti, who is the only person in this cast with a Wikipedia article.
Well, I think he deserves it. I think he puts in a pretty great performance.
He's a Romanian stage and film actor. Born August 23rd, 1926, passed away in 2016.
Oh.
He was also
That's it.
Yeah, but his birthday's coming up.
Oh, okay, great.
We'll celebrate.
He gives me big was it Sean Connery and like Highlander 2 energy.
Oh, okay.
Where he's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but let's do it.
I think he has the best performance in the film for sure.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So Alex inquires about the music, and he's like, "What's music? Your ears must be playing tricks on you." And then he mentions the butterfly shape in the smoke, and he's like, and the guy's like, "Ah, yes, no, you're the prophecy boy. This, never mind then." And he invites him in. Love the interior of this chapel. The lights, the smokiness to it, I feel like it was built in like a haphazard, like shifty, gothic kind of way.
And when I saw the glass harmonica,
oh geez, glass harmonica.
I recorded everything that I saw. I recorded everything that I remembered from it originally before I watched the movie this time around. And I remembered the glass harmonica. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, geez, that looks different from what I remember. But, like, what kind of fucking crazy screenwriter came up with this? And I looked it up, and it's real. And...
Yeah, me too.
Like, the core memory that I have of being 8 and seeing this stupid thing and being like... And now I just found out that it's like finding out that, like, the... Red Ruby thing from Dungeons and Dragons 2000 that brings Tails back to life at the end. It doesn't matter for spoilers, the movie's bad. But it's like finding out that that's real. Like, my mind. And also, under the glass harmonica Wikipedia page, it says that Bjork plays this. And she's been referenced in the movie. Whoever wrote this movie wrote it as a vehicle for the glass harmonica.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense, because the old guy immediately says, like, you know, it came from the divine inspiration of Benjamin Franklin.
Fucking everybody in this movie is America built. It's not good.
I had no idea that was a real thing. Like, obviously, I looked it up. The second I seen it, I was like, what the fuck is that? I have to look this up. And this thing looks like a Stanley Cup, you guys.
It does look like a Stanley Cup. Yeah, oh my god.
Except used for good instead of evil.
What does that mean? I haven't been keeping up with hockey ever since that one non-binary person that I was trying to hit on who was into hockey. I pretended to be into hockey for a bit, okay? But now I'm not, and I don't know what that means.
We've all been there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I tried to convince a girl in college that I was a big Muse fan.
Oh, I'm so sorry for you.
It's not something you can wing. Because she immediately hit me with a question that I answered wrong.
Oh, God. She really, like, named 5 muses? Like, okay, Calliope. Like,
she's like, what do you think of this album? And I'm like, yes. And she's like, oh, I hate that one. I'm just like, fuck.
So...
That's okay. I'm marrying someone better.
Oh, that's good.
Does she like Muse, though?
I'm going to text Alex after this and ask her how she likes Muse.
Basically, it's weird because everyone in this movie just spills their guts immediately when it comes to anything. Mm-hmm. Alex immediately tells this guy that, so me and my family, we're spies. We got separated. I'm here to find them. Bad spy etiquette.
I love it. Anybody that wants to know if he's a spy, he'll be like, yeah, I'm a spy. It's great.
It's so dumb. It's also, it's like, I don't think spies would have kids, right?
No,
I feel like it's, unless you hate them, you know?
Yeah, because, like, Alex is 55 years old, and that means that in 1999, so he would have been born in, like, what is that? Yeah, he would have been born in 1944, so, like, World War II was still going on, and they were spies during that. So, like, I don't know, that feels like if you're actively a spy during wartime, then, like, you shouldn't have a child.
Well, I will say, they did mention a couple of times that the Cold War had recently ended. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I'm not a history buff. When did the Cold War end? Like,
91?
I always imagine it's... Was it 91? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The Berlin Wall.
I was thinking like 84, but...
Yeah, the Berlin Wall came down in 1989, and then the Soviet Union collapsed in 91.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Just 8 years off, whatever.
Yeah, well, this movie has big, in the same way that the aughts films had, like, terrorists antagonists. This has, like, late Cold War movie antagonists.
Yeah, between 1991 and 2001, like, we didn't know who the bad guys in movies were gonna be.
So
we
it's get
like
cyber witches.
Yeah, exactly. That's how this happens. And like, I think Michael Moore made a movie about this called Canadian Bacon, where they decide that it's Canada is going to be our bad guys now.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, and they just like that's a funny movie if I recall correctly. But anyway, back to bad movies. So,
the old man introduced himself. I wrote down Yanoa Behori, but they call me Django because kids are watching this.
So Django tells him about the legend of a shapeshifter, and he's like, you are the prophesied one who will see the music as rainbows or whatever, and you will change like the notes of a scale. Do you know what a shapeshifter is? And he's like, it's someone who shifts from one shape to another.
Oh my god. Yes, Alex. That's correct.
Very good, Alex.
Of all the
You get a
things
cookie.
that are explained in this movie, I win in knowing what a shapeshifter was.
It's for all the kids at home who don't know.
I don't need to eat. All I need to eat is one piece of dog food per day, and I'm good.
As we often do in this program, I like to try and break down what the magic system is and get a hold of it. I'm a big fan of that.
Good fucking luck.
It's very, very hard to get my arms around.
This one's got about 6 of them, so...
Yeah. Every new element does not work with the existing ones.
Mm. So
it's very upsetting.
So anyway, Max von Sydow, what's his real name? Django, which is his fake real name, is like, will you focus on turning into a dog? And then he does, and he turns into a German Shepherd. And
yep.
Yeah, and then he runs out. He runs up to the place where he was sleeping in the church, and he sniffs his mom's scarf, which smells like smoke, as we've covered.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And he which, like, that's not the dumbest thing that they do in this movie, to be fair. That's a little bit clever.
I do appreciate that they came back to the scarf and they were like, oh, he's got it, not just for sentimental reasons, but he shapeshifts into a dog to smell it, to be a bloodhound.
I don't think he needed to smell it before he got the shapeshifting powers, though. I don't know what the point of that was.
He huffed all the scent out of it already, but whatever.
Gonna get high on mom smell. But
oh.
So he turns into a dog, and Fruit Loop style, he follows his nose to this Romanian prison, except instead of Fruit Loops, instead of part of a balanced breakfast, it's his mom and dad, and they're in the prison, and he can smell and hear them, and he sees the scene inside where Petrov, the bad guy from Russia, or Romania or something, is like, oh, we have ways of making you talk, not even the strongest of souls can withstand my methods. And then, like, the Russian guards outside they're rushing, okay? That's what it is.
Yeah.
And I think he's like working in Romania to like take the plutonium out and build
This is where the plutonium deal's going down.
Oh, yeah, the plutonium.
It's like, they're going to try and smuggle plutonium out of Romania so they can build a bomb. It's like, my God. And it's like, this guy's already a Soviet general. Like, he already has bombs. That's kind of the point.
Oh, that's a...
So, anyway, like, the guards kind of scare Alex off and he runs off as a dog, but then he gets spooked a bit and he turns back into a boy and they chase him even more. And they chase him with guns, but they don't fire the guns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I noted both the gun chasing as well as the fact that he's a full-on boy, just immediately.
I'm sure he was shouting back at them like, "I work for the CIA." Like,
right. I love the fact that he gets chased by them for like 5 seconds, and then he's like, "No, I'd be faster as a human child." So he morphs right in front of them, revealing his secret because that's what he loves to do, is just tell everybody everything. And he runs away as a little boy.
Yeah, and then who should pick him up on some kind of Europe machine that I don't know what it's called, but who should pick him up on a pod racer but Annika? Annika.
Yeah. Annika swoops in.
Yeah, and she's just like, "Get on, I knew you were here for no reason." And then,
oh, boy.
like, they just go on that, and the man being in the back of the motorcycle is the closest we got to queer representation in 1999. So, so they go back to the hostel. Deleted scene number 2 ensues.
Ooh.
Where a hush fell over the crowd. Where they
tell
run
me
into,
everything.
They run into his 2 Tommy Wiseau friends who, like, they just left him. They just, like, he got high and they left him at some club in a foreign country, which, great job, guys. And then they figure out that he and Anika were together. Like, they came back to the hostel together. And one of them says, leave it to the quiet guy to get the bird. Which, like, first off, gross. Second off, was he quiet?
I honestly, if I was Anika, I like, yeah, he's clearly the hero of this story. In every way, shape, and form.
Well, I guess I live in a movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, this is a great read. Is that I need to rewatch this movie and thinking that Annika is basically the Deadpool of this.
I love her European machine, by the way, because it goes about top speed 15 miles per hour, perhaps, and it doesn't make for a riveting chase scene, but it happened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, she saves him, and he's like, "Oh man, you saved my life." Basically, she reveals that all the Romani people know about Django. He is a master of the lost arts, as she says.
Lost arts of what?
Good question. Is it deleted what the arts are?
No, I think the lost arts are just, like, magic, because it's like, I mean, hey, I think this movie might be a problematic depiction of the Romani, which has never been done in a film before.
New territory, right?
Right, yeah.
They pick up his bags from the hostel. They go to meet up with Django, who basically says, "How much fun was that being a dog, right?"
Oh boy!
And he's like, I disappear, like I changed back, and he's like, "Well, with practice you'll learn."
Yeah.
And he basically, this is my favorite line of the movie. He's like, "All right, look, I don't need magic to bust these guys. All I need is good old fashioned American muscle."
Oh right, yeah.
And so he pulls out his spy gear and contacts his ex-boss, and who's basically like, "Oh, I'm in Romania too. Let's meet up in like 15 minutes."
He pulls out his spy tech. He draws on the little dry erase board and turns on the sensor, and it's like, beep, 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 beep. Sensor 1. Hyper specific reference to a 2000s toy. Continue.
Yeah, I also did anyone catch the name of his like boss? I wrote down Gelardus.
Oh,
which cannot be right.
I think it's IMDb had it. Wait.
Yeah, Gelardus.
Okay, I suppose that's a name.
Wait, isn't it Geraldus? No, it's Gelardus. Yeah. Wow, I thought it was like Gerald Is, but no.
It's just Gelardas, yeah.
So he basically tells Alex to back off. And Alex is like, no, I might go to the media and tell them what you guys are up to. And so, for some reason, we need, like, another faction at play here. So the CIA, like, start chasing him through the marketplace. And, he gets chased into a corner by, like, 2 other people that are dressed like me. They have no place to go, and so what does he do but what every magician dreams of, and turns into a dove and flies off?
He does, like, 2 frames of the chicken dance, and then turns into a dove.
I noted it's really weird that there are no sound effects whatsoever to indicate that he's transforming. Not a clap of thunder, not any special music. It just casually becomes a dove.
Yeah.
I love it.
I feel like the music designer behind this was protesting the fact that he's a shapeshifter.
Yeah.
I can't want to do a spy movie, damn it.
The music for this movie is insane also, because like he gets to Romania and it's like generic cartoon Middle Eastern music, and it's like, where do you think Romania is?
Yeah. Oh, another amazing scene is that we meet Petrov as a Russian soldier, like, reports back the German Shepherd scene that he witnessed. And he says, What is this, Animal Kingdom or a terrorist organization?
Oh, no, yeah.
Great line. It should be swapped, though, right?
Yeah, the terrorist organization, right?
But he says, I believe you had too much vodka and made you see what you saw. And so he shoots him.
Oh my god.
With a disintegrator.
It's like a taser, but a gun, but a disintegrator machine. And the Russian soldier turns into a pile of dust. And then the other Russian soldier who's standing right there just takes like a little golden like dustpan and brushes them up and puts them into a box with like a million other people that have gotten dusted.
I love this. Oh my god. It happens so often that they have the dustpan and the broom at the ready, and they have so much dust in this box. And I'm just like, damn. You mean business?
I cracked up when I saw that. That's a well-delivered joke. I don't know why he has a disintegrator. Nothing in this plot has led me to believe that's needed. It's not like a G-rated film thing because they fire guns throughout the rest of this.
They fire guns, but it makes like cartoon gun sound effects.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess he's just so... One of his pieces of evil technology is that he has the disintegration gun.
Mm-hmm. So, then what happens? He flies back to Django, and he's like, I feel unchained.
Yeah. Django goes, how's the view? Better than Disneyland.
Ugh.
And he, like, basically lists the abilities that, like, alright, this is just like spy training. Stay calm, stay under, acquire resources, and attack. And the plan that they make is to use the catacombs, the maze-like catacombs under the city.
Mm-hmm.
And he was going to look for sewer plans. Like, that's the thing. He could do this all by himself. But Django's like, no, I got a friend. We'll get in touch with him.
He could transform into any animal ever, even ones that don't exist. Like, spoilers. And he still needs help. I don't know.
Is this also the scene where... No, I don't think so, actually. But...
Well, speaking of, he's about to... Django shows off a illustration on the wall of a griffin.
Oh, this is, okay.
Part lion, part eagle. And he says very specifically, when I was young, they were quite common.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He's like 300 something, so like there were griffins in the 1700s. George Washington rode around on one, and it was wizard as fuck.
Yeah, it was majestic.
Now they're all dead because of, I guess, global warming or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and he also. This is also when he instructs Alex on how to play the glass harmonica. Which, first of all.
Boy.
It's not a good instrument if anyone could immediately like become a master of it.
All you gotta do is wet your fingertips and bam, you can play anything.
In real life.
Yeah, I did not enjoy his description of it.
In real life, there's only 5 people who can play it.
Is it just us who have seen this film?
Oh my god, it is. It's me, my brother, Adam, Courtland, and Courtland's wife.
I could probably jam on a glass harmonica.
Hell yeah!
One of the
get my fingers wet. Let's go. It's not. That's. I didn't mean that.
It's all glass harmonica speak. Yeah, you'd understand if you've seen the movie.
Yeah. You need to get your fingers wet to play the glass harmonica. That's an important.
All you do is the instructions are wet your hands. You caress the lips.
Oh, jeez.
And then he says, "I think you see that you have a natural ability."
Oh my god!
It's so wrong.
Did you guys notice
the horny one on the show, Adam? What's happening?
I know. Well, your avatar is about to emerge.
What?
Did you guys notice that every time the glass harmonica is played, it shows a bunch of lights and stuff? Like that's the big feature of it. I don't know if that's what really happens, but all the lights are on Alex's face, but when it goes over to Django when it's being played, he doesn't have any lights on his face.
I think that reflects his role as a tutor. He guides others to a treasure he cannot possess.
That must be it, yeah.
I think he said something about, like, the prophecy boy will be the one to see music or whatever. I think only Alex and the viewer can see the colored lights.
That is a canonical explanation. Good job.
I like that a lot. I mean, I feel like it would be like a really small detail that they just wouldn't show because that's like this kind of movie. Like they're not going to show that kind of shit. So good on them,
Yeah.
And good on me for seeing it.
Yeah. No, really well thought out sequence. All right, next scene we
movie's
meet a
amazing.
witch.
What a way to transition. Yeah.
She's drenched in green and playing like Doom or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
On the TV.
Oh my god, God Gamer GF. Like,
Yeah, no, she. All she's missing is a webcam, and she'd be, just killing it on Twitch.
oh my gosh, the cyber witch. Like, let's absolutely go. This is the best character in anything that I've ever seen. And also, I realized watching this movie that I can't, much as Adam realized that he could create Alex's outfit perfectly, I also realized that I have every element of the cyber witch's outfit. And
Shit. I know what you're going to be for Halloween.
for Halloween, okay. So, Zencaster doesn't have a camera. However, I've been dressed as the Cyber Witch this whole time.
I've been dressed like the Cyber Witch, too.
Sick.
I'm dressed like Alex.
I love the Cyber Witch. When I said that Django was like the best actor, I lied. It's the Cyber Witch.
Oh, yeah. No.
She kills it in this, and their back and forth is really good because Petrov goes, and it's like who's the real master here is basically their dynamic.
Mhm.
Love it. And she says, I have waited long for this battle against peace. And the moments before the dark times. Are the warheads ready?
Well, what she actually said was, bring me moose and squirrel, because that's what accent she's doing.
Yes. Fire will rain ash on the people. And Petrov is like, and we will dance together on the scorched earth.
She's like, if you're lucky.
To which she replies,
Man, I wish.
Yeah. And again, all of a sudden I'm like, wow, this is the most interesting dynamic I've seen in this picture. And I don't know if it exists outside the scene.
It kind of does. A little. But it's like...
Bit.
Yeah.
So, they go to an underground, gambling hall. It looks like they're on a blackjack table, but like the dealer's the one that gets up.
Mm-hmm.
But a little fella. No, that's wrong.
No, it's a dwarf. It's a full fantasy dwarf.
A fantasy dwarf walks up to Alex and company, and basically they make a deal: $1,000, half now, half when we get there.
Right.
Which, if I'm doing my math right, that is the rest of Alex's $700.
Well, he only brought
So he's basically-
$7.
Yeah, he only brought $7 and a card for Shake Shack with 5 punches.
I think it's a little racist of him, isn't it? He goes to Romania. He's just like, oh, that's fine. I'll haggle with everyone like incredibly.
He rolled perfect on his charisma modifier. I don't know.
He rolled perfect on all his modifiers because whoever was rolling him cheated.
So he follows the dwarf into the sewers. That's how they get beneath the prison. And we see these sequences of him like in these green hallways, and he encounters the cyber witch.
Hello, 55-year-old teenage boy Mark Zuckerberg. It is I, the cyber witch, here to take your 55-year-old teenage boy virginity powers.
The reveal of her is so great. It's a flash of light, and there's like 3 of her in the hallway.
How? I don't know. I don't understand how. I guess she's actually magic, but I thought she was just cyber magic, but she's real magic. And, she lassos him with, a light lasso, and then shrinks him, and picks him up, and puts him in a little jar. And he's like, ha ha ha, having a good time, it seems. Not. And,
Oh my god.
Yeah. You just, so many good moments happen in that. After she binds him, he says, and I quote, I came
Oh my god.
to get my parents.
Yeah, he did. So I love this. I mean, first of all, give me more cyber witches, okay? I could use a couple more in that hallway. I think in the script, she wasn't quite a cyber witch at this point. She was just a regular witch. So they were like, yeah, magic, whatever. She'll get the cyber powered later.
But she does play Doom.
Oh, shoot, yeah. She's good at Doom.
And she is Matrix colored.
She wears like a cape that's like made of bones, how I described it.
Yeah, I'm wearing that right now.
Yeah, so am I. It's like a fish. It's like almost like a. It's like almost like a ghillie suit, but white, but like a cape thingy, but like a cardigan thingy, and like this high, ridiculous like Dracula collar, and then like black latex suit and a corset, and like some bootcut pants of some sort that I didn't really get a good look at, and heels, like insane, like double-winged eyeliner and bright red lipstick, and like her hair is like up in a messy bun. It's like messy in the back, but like business in the front.
It very much like if somebody said, "Hey, describe 1999 to 2001 in a picture," I'd pull up the cyberwitch, and everybody would be like, "Yeah, yep, that's it."
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, I also have to shout out to the special effect of Alex being dropped into the jar. Oof. Because looking at him like kicking his little legs and waving his arms is so adorable.
They have him kicking his legs in front of a green screen, and then the cyberwitch just picks him up like, ha ha ha, now I create internet fetish, and just puts him in a little jar.
She did too.
Yeah, she was a real road blazer, wasn't she?
Mm.
So what she does is that she shows him off to Petrov, who does the right villain thing and says, "I should vaporize him right now since he's in front of me. Mm-hmm. Loose ends damage our cause and all that stuff." But then she's like, no. I got something that she describes as like, I've got such a delightful sense of irony. I'm gonna put him in this glass jar in with his parents. And I'm like, what's the irony about it?
No, doesn't he say that of her?
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't normally nitpick, but we have to accurately record this or else we'll never be able to sleep again. Or else we'll be up all night. Dab.
Hey there, everybody. My name's Courtland.
And I'm Brandon.
And this is the Up All Night Horror Anthology Podcast, where we cover every horror anthology show that we can get our hands on.
We've already reviewed all of Are You Afraid of the Dark? We've set our sights on Goosebumps next.
Do you love to laugh at amazing 90s Canadian horror shows?
Then we've got the perfect podcast for you.
So join us every Tuesday for new episodes to keep you up all night.
So, anyway, they take Alex in the jar to see his parents, and it's like, look at the sleepy time prisoners your parents have become. A good time it seems they are having, not? And then, like, Petrov is like, my dear, you have such a sense of irony. Bring me moose and squirrel. And then they kiss, or they don't kiss, but they come close.
Yeah. We cut to outside of the prison. It's like, oh no, Alex is trapped. What's he gonna do? And who's scooting around but Annika?
Oh my god.
She drives past the greatest villain car that I've seen recently. Mm-hmm. Since Mad Max Fury Road, this green sedan, this blue sedan with blue rims that's just vibrating across Romania. She drives past them, sees Django, who is at the end of his time.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, he's very tired, and he explains that he's been around for 363 years because of this stone that he picked up as a little boy. And that's when I was like, oh yeah, the boy had the same haircut as him.
Who knew? I didn't see it coming. I just thought that was going to be a throwaway thing because some of the things in this movie are a throwaway, and I was just like, all right.
Yeah. I wish this whole movie was thrown away.
Yeah, no, Courtland. It was very important to establish that stone that fell from the sky is a life stone. A fact, a name, and a property that we do not explore in the rest of this picture. There's no mention of shape-shifting and this stone. Yet. So, oh god,
so
what's
Annika comes up and is like, Alex is in trouble, and Django's like, yeah, bet. Like, that makes sense. That kid seemed dumb. And it's like, you seem like you have attitude about this. No, I'm dying. It's cool that I can be a jerk. It's funny. It's funny when an old man does it. Anyway, yeah, I'm sure Alex is having a good time. And Annika's like, he's not having a good time. He's shrunken and in a jar. And I'm like, how does she know that?
I thought the same.
And then I'm like, what if she's the cyberwitch?
Oh, you think she's like a trainee?
What if
She's the real witch?
she's like, what if Annika is just a disguise and she's been the cyberwitch all along?
I'm really sad that this pilot wasn't picked up for series, but if it was, I'm certain that'd be the big reveal instead of season 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing in Shapeshifter 2024, the movie that I'm making now.
I have to say, I thought the exact same thing. I was like, what's the deal with Annika here? Because she has absolutely no reason to know what happened to Alex in an underground, like, sewer, and, like, how would she have any idea? She wouldn't.
I feel like kids' movies try and cheat like this, where it's
I think it might be bad writing.
Yeah.
He needed, like, a magical German Shepherd vision to see inside this prison.
It's like the writers just decided, like, well, about 15% of the people watching this can't pass the Sally Ann test, so...
But Django comes to the rescue. He caresses the lips of his glass harmonica.
gosh.
Can you stop
shoots a
saying
beam
caress the
into
lips? That's all I ask.
He had to get wet first, though, so...
Yeah, well, we're done with that. And he shot a beam into the air. It came down and smote the jar, shattering it. Alex does like a little superhero landing as he grows goes to full size. And he immediately does karate on the guard to like knock him out, steals the keys, lets his parents free, and they all start running out of the prison.
He's 15 when this happens, by the way.
Yeah. I made note about the parents, that they are dressed like Beetlejuice in their prison outfits.
They are dressed like Beetlejuice.
And it's really funny because the mom has like a skirt on, like a prison skirt, as well as like, they've got gendered prison outfits.
That's it. We will make these prison clothes for the lady prisoners. Because God forbid women wear pants in any context.
So they're all chased by soldiers. They corner them up on a rooftop, and
Petrov chases after them, and then it's like, "Don't let them escape, you idiots!" And then Alex is just like, "No words, turn into a griffin."
Outrageous.
Yeah. Well, Courtland.
Yeah.
You explored a lot of media from this era.
Sure. Yeah.
Would you say that this Griffin CGI is on par, or before its time?
Let me see. I think it's probably before it. No, wait, hold on. Let me rethink my thoughts here. It looks like crap. It doesn't look good. It does not look like 1999. It looks more like 1994, 1995.
No.
Okay.
Which, like, I know it's not that long ago, but it's kind of like.
So you're saying it's on par with like a Jurassic Park, like we're right in that era.
No.
No, I was thinking more like Power Rangers the movie,
Okay.
Beast Wars the animated television show, Reboot. It's a good one for it.
I saw this
It's not
movie
good.
I saw this movie like 7 years after it came out, and I saw that Griffin, and I was like, "Oh, movies can be bad." It's like, I can barely multiply numbers, but like, I think maybe this movie is worse than a movie I could write.
Yeah, well, it has the vibe of someone that's very passionate about a lot of things, and they realized writing this that I'm only going to have one movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not good enough to get renewed for series. So I only got one, so let me put all my ideas in it.
That is exactly how I run D&D one-shots, so,
Yeah.
I must have shapeshifted into a chicken because the egg is on my face.
Well, the Griffin lands, Alex turns back to form, and his parents have a very weird reaction, which is, his dad's like, I was having a dream that I was flying over the city.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and his mom's like, I had the same dream, and Alex is like, guys, you're my mom and dad, and I'm Alex, your son, and they're like, we don't know that, and it's like, a problem, and then And then it's
Yeah,
like...
this is a big problem for 50 minutes in.
Yeah.
So they go to the safe house, which is just the American embassy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I noted that the CIA, like, boss, what Legolas or whatever his name is, looks evil.
Galardus? What is his
He's
name?
got like an evil casting to him.
Galardus.
I thought he was evil because he chased Alex, so I didn't know why he went back to him. I didn't get it.
Yeah, he's an antagonistic force of sorts for sure.
I think he wants to...
Now he's a good guy. I don't know.
He wants to stop Alex from getting in the way, but now Alex has just rescued the political prisoners, so there's not really anything for him to get in the way of anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
He learns that their memories have been kind of wiped. They don't know who's what names they gave up. So he goes on phone and he says, "Clear the field. The pasture's no longer safe."
Oh, yeah.
Alex leaves his parents, hoping that their memory returns, to go to the church, where he sadly sees Django pass away.
Yeah. Django disappears like a Jedi and says, like,
Yes, he does.
"It is your turn to play. It's the only way, Jose." And then, like, he holds his hands in his hand and they glow, and then he disappears like Ben Kenobi. And then, like, Annika shows up
Of course she does.
and is like, "Where's Django?" And then Alex says, "They got here before I did." So, like,
Yeah.
did the army guys kill him?
I do not know. Although, I have to say, before Annika shows up, Alex has his moment with the harmonica.
Hmm.
He plays the harmonica, the music from it activates the life stone. And I know what we're all thinking. It's like, we're an hour into this. There's nothing new under the sun here. And it activates the life stone, and a figure emerges from it.
Oh, boy.
A lady made from ones and zeros.
Yeah, I thought she came out of a computer, but I remembered the cyber lady. And she came out of a stone, and she's made of ones and zeros, and she's like, "Alex, you're an even specialer boy than I thought you were."
Fucking Cortana from Halo just pops out of nowhere because this movie's not complicated enough.
Right.
Yeah.
"I came from the future to... You are from a solar system with 7 planets that are important, I guess, and they make a frequency like the glass harmonica, and you are the keystone of Earth, Alex. You're the most special boy in the world. Now pay $8 for Twitter."
I want our listeners to understand that this is... I have the exact quote of what she says here, because my jaw was on the floor and it took me several times to get it all down. I have to say what she said.
Go for it.
Please do.
She describes herself as human and digital, an avatar. "In the future, there are many like me, Alex. I am coded with all history, 1 trillion petabytes of pure seeing matter. I was launched into deep space 200 years from now. Time shifted through black holes to arrive in the park, in the present, for you. There is a siren standing on each sphere.
What?
The notes of the planet. You are the notes of Earth. The loss of Earth will threaten the very cosmos. You've got to stop Petrov from getting his plutonium, essentially." Is I paraphrase a bit at the end there, but yeah, just so much legwork happens in this one moment.
We're over an hour into the movie, and now we have this other plot, and I'm like, I thought he was going to change into a dog again.
There are 15 minutes left in your Shapeshifter movie, and he's turned into 2 things, and also we're about to introduce 75 new concepts, so buckle up.
Yeah.
Okay, so then Annika comes in and does all that, and it's like, "Oh, Django's dead, very sad." And then they decide, well, like, let's get back to the embassy, like, let's get ready. And then they go and they take the glass harmonica out of the church. As they do, we come on deleted scene number 3.
Ooh.
So, man, really, I'm getting so high off of that. Please keep reacting like that. So
I love it. Just do more.
Well, I'm entertained by the fact that you said that. It makes the movie make less sense.
So
That's impossible.
okay, so deleted scene number 3. Alex and Annika are taking the glass harmonica out of the church, and they put it in the trunk of a car. And this car shows up in the next scene in the to-be cut of the movie. But it's like they have a brief conversation where it's like, do you want to drive or should I? I don't have my license. Me neither. Whatever, I'll drive. Do you have the keys? Don't need it. And then Annika hotwires the car and they escape.
Oh, that's dope. Okay.
That's pretty neat.
I guess they cut it out because Annika does something and we can't have that in the movie. So whose car is that? Is that Django's car?
I did write in my note, like, whose car is this?
I didn't even think of that question. I was still blown away by, the last 5 seconds of this movie because there's just so much crap it throws at you.
Yeah. So we have an action sequence here where Petrov's meeting with Dr. Maximov, who has the plutonium.
Oh, wait.
12 kilograms.
Before that, there's a scene in the middle there.
Oh, yeah.
After they escape from with the car that I guess belongs to the army guys that killed Django off screen somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah, there's a scene that's even in the Tubi version where it's like they talk about like the specifics of the mission, and Alex says 2,300 hours, and Annika's like, "You mean 11 p.m.?" Which is like insane that the European is telling the American that, and also I decided to just cringe into Z space over the fact that this is a conversation me and Adam have regularly, where I'm
all the time.
Yeah. Okay, my special power, my abilities are such that I can never remember if 12 a.m. is supposed to be noon or midnight, so I just use 24-hour time.
Okay.
Which everybody calls military time because we live in a society. And and so it's like, yeah, sorry for saying that weird liberal thing. I forget that that's just how I talk. And then Annika's like, I like how you talk. It makes everything sound exciting. You're exciting. I want to lick your head from your toes. And then she just like kisses him on the cheek or whatever. And Alex is like, I don't know how to process that. All right, I'll see you later. Good luck on the mission. And then he just leaves. And it's like,
yeah,
it's like a truly weird scene given what happens later.
Yes, I'm glad someone else caught that.
Yeah. So, okay, so
yeah, action sequence. He's getting the plutonium from Dr. Maximov. Basically, again, this is the climax of any spy movie, normally. Mm-hmm. It's like, Alex uses all, like, his tools and stuff. He's got a gas mask on. He throws smoke bombs at them. He has a bomb in, like, a canister, like, container that goes over there that they have to defuse. So he gets into a big action sequence, and basically he drives out of there with a car that has the plutonium and the money in it.
He, like, Home Alone set up this place, but we didn't see any of the setup, so I don't know where he got all this stuff, how he put that canister up on, like, the zipline thing. I don't get what the hell's happening, but he does it. That's our Alex.
Mm-hmm. Petrov does his villain thing, and he follows him, and he's, like, points the vaporizer at him.
Oh, yeah, well, he passes out first. He passes out and falls out of the car because of, I guess, the smoke or something.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Even though he had a gas mask.
Yeah.
That's our Alex.
He was afflicted in some way. So yeah, he's about to be sanded by Petrov, who gets hit by our dwarf friend from earlier with a bat.
And what does he say?
I believe timber would be the right thing to say.
Oh my god.
He's right behind me, isn't he? Like.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be Annika. I thought she was going to get to do something, and then they took that away from her, too.
That's a good point. So,
well, we have to get to something more offensive that Annika cannot lead us to.
But first...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is what tripped me off, that something was wrong. This is the craziest of all the deleted scenes.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
More.
So
I'm worried.
I noticed after the dwarf knocks out Petrov, and it's like, I believe timber would be the expression, or however he sounds. That would be funnier if it was like that. But he says that, and then it's like a sharp cut to the next scene. And I was like, something's wrong here. And I, like, dug it up, and I found out the extended version. After he does that, he, like, picks Alex up off the ground, and it's like, thanks a million. I guess I owe you one. And it's like, yeah. And then he just, like, hands Alex a gun, like, you want to finish the job? And then...
Oh, jeez.
Alex refuses, And then the dwarf asks Alex if Django showed him the other weapons in his arsenal. And it's like, oh, weapons? I don't know what you mean. And then the dwarf is like, you could turn yourself into anything. This evil man, you could turn him into a bug. And then he does. He turns someone else into a bug.
Why would they delete that?
Probably the gun.
He turns Petrov's unconscious body into a cockroach, and he's like, ugh, I hate bugs. And then, like, they have a conversation where Alex says he's going to give the plutonium to the U.S. government, and the dwarf is like, oh, so they're just going to make another bomb? And then, like, Alex is like, well, actually, yes. America's God's favorite nation, or whatever the fuck he says. And it's, like... and then the dwarf is like, my people used the gift of Mother Earth for unelaborated, peaceful purposes long before people used it to make weapons. And it's like, what peaceful purposes are underground mythological dwarves in Romania using plutonium for? Tell me more, movie.
Yeah.
That's suspicious.
Then he offers to take Alex back to the underworld to, quote, meet his family.
Yeah, they go down to the sewer where a lot of little Romani folk are about. And they basically, Alex learns that it's like, all right, look, the reason why your parents don't remember anything is because the witch has stolen their souls.
Oh my god. Because there's not enough convoluted nonsense in this movie.
I think who the writer of this is just like, all right, in order to make a good movie, I need to take the climax from every other movie I've seen. So like, all right, get some Home Alone here, get some Hercules, get some...
I mean, in theory, I suppose.
Get some The Matrix, a movie that might not be out yet.
Yeah, so basically, he has to rescue their spirits. The folk make a circle around him, start chanting. He sees fire and himself falling like through a wormhole.
He's standing in front of a green screen, flailing his arms and legs around like he's sitting on a stool that they airbrushed out in post. And then like he's just in front of like a screensaver of like a fiery vortex that he's falling down. He sees two like memory ghosts of his mom and dad and just like grabs them and throws them down the vortex. And then like I guess they're good.
We see like a shot of the witch like choking.
Oh yeah.
And I literally said, I'm like, oh, okay, so this is how he deals with the witch. We just assume that she chokes and dies off screen. Nope.
She's far too powerful for that, Adam.
Clearly.
So Alex comes out of it, and who's sitting there but Annika? And she's like, the dwarf said to wait here for you. And then he's just like, listen, Annika, when this is all over, do you want to come back to Iowa with me? And she's like, I don't know. And he's like, you do. We'll get all your paperwork sorted out. We can do it. And she's like, no, I'm not really sure. I have a whole life here. It's like, you don't have to live in fear in this strange foreign land. Like, come with me to America where everything's chill and fine and good times. God's favorite nation. And I'm God's favorite boy and God at the same time. I pay for Twitter.
For what it's worth, when the last they spoke, like she described that her parents were like taken from her, and she's an orphan essentially. So she's not leaving a whole life behind. But yeah, it's like screw your whatever you were doing before you met me. Come along.
Yeah,
I have to say too, my favorite line delivery that Alex gives is in this kind of section here, because Annika's like, "You're not going back to the United States, are you?" And he goes, yeah. Like, I'm not staying in this shithole. Like.
Yeah, that's how it reads.
But also, she's like, your mission isn't done because Petrov is nothing compared to the evil of the cyberwitch, the real villain of this movie. Trust me.
That's when the word cyberwitch is first mentioned, and I was very happy to learn that this is also the name of about I'll call it like 24 different works of YA fiction. They can get on Amazon right now, just books called Cyberwitch, and I'm all for it. I think it's a great handle.
It is.
I wish I claimed that as my internet name, like 10, 20 years ago.
Oh, I've been actually thinking about like a new handle to use on Blue Sky.
Cyberwitch is pretty cool.
That might be it.
Yeah,
I love it. Well, according to this movie, it's got time travel in it, so maybe someday that can be a reality.
Oh, true.
Oh,
true.
yeah.
I do have the outfit.
His parents have recovered their memories. They give him a big hug. And basically they say, this is Annika. She's gonna come back with us. Hey, Mom, you know how you sometimes say you wish you had a daughter? Well, here she is.
And then it's like, welcome to the Brown family, Annika. Annika says nothing in this scene.
And I love it. I love that she, she kissed him on the cheek earlier, and his read of that's like, no thank you. Come be my stepsister instead.
His read of that is...
She's gonna steal you.
It's so weird. It's so weird and bad. It's just like... It's like, well, she kissed me on the cheek. That must mean she wants to be my sister.
This is like the worst version of friend zone. It's like sibling zone. Like I don't know what level of cyberspace that is on.
Stepbrother, help! I'm stuck in the glass harmonica.
Just touch the lips.
Oh my goodness.
I'll never be horny on this show again. Or ever, actually.
So there's gunfire outside. Oh no, it's not gunfire, it's fireworks. They're celebrating that Petrov is no more.
They found his bug body somehow.
Yeah. They say a magic spy eliminated him. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Alex?
Yeah, Alex, explain yourself.
And that was the first time in the movie where they mentioned the phrase magic spy. And I'm like... Yep.
That was an alternate title for the movie, probably.
I was like, yeah, that's what we just watched, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something.
So, basically, then there's 10 minutes left. We see a man's computer at the embassy is going crazy. He reports that all Eastern European and Asia have gone on technical alerts, DEFCON 4. An intruder has taken control of the Finger of God system. Everything that he said's another movie. like every
Seriously,
now.
It is.
First off, I think we're already at DEFCON 4 right now. The numbers go down. DEFCON 1 is nuclear war. DEFCON 5 is normal.
So it's not that big of a deal, but they make it seem to be. And this is like the fourth ending, essentially. Like this movie could have ended when Petrov was done with.
It's a real Return of the King, isn't it?
God, it just keeps going.
Yeah, I like how the army, the spy leader comes in and he's like, oh no, they've got control of Finger of God, and Annika's like there, and she's like, what's that? And he's like, Alex explains to her, not a spy. That's like, oh, it's NATO's nuclear missile sites. Like, whatever.
Alex is so cool.
Missiles are pointed at Moscow, Paris, and Washington. No one can get into the system, and Alex says, let me try.
I'm God's perfect special boy.
Step aside, boys. Let Alex handle this.
He cracks his fingers, he goes in, and he gets the cyberwitch to appear on screen. On the computer screen. I gotta say, the computer effects in this one, I felt were accomplishable by me in the year that Allie first saw this.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Hang on. Do we miss a scene with Code Lady?
Code Lady?
Didn't we?
With Cortana?
Yeah, with Cortana. With Cornada. With Pina Colada.
Yeah, Alex, I think, plays a ditty on his glass harmonica,
yes.
And she comes out of it. For some reason, she's in there now. She's not in the Life Stone. That's also there.
No, yeah, that's right. He hacks the cyberwitch system and sees the cyberwitch, and the guy is like, that's about as far as I got. And then he's like, I need the harmonica in time. And then he plays the harmonica, and Cortana comes out. I don't play video games. I don't remember. Cortana?
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it's Cortana.
I am the dumb today.
You have one more fight before you are finished in this ring, is what she says to him. It is in you to defeat the cyberwitch. She's in the fiber optics. Become pure digital matter.
Like me.
Do not resist. You will like the fluidity.
What the fuck is that?
You will like the fluidity if you just get your fingers wet and touch the lips.
If somebody told me not to resist something, I would resist everything. Like,
again, at no point it does like we got music, we got a witch, we got shape-shifting powers, and now now he can also go into cyberspace. So he goes
really
into
is a special
cyberspace,
Which is like a D tier Doctor Who set.
Yeah, it's like I call it the cyber, which is like demi-plane.
Mm.
It's just full of all their kind of like doodads and gizmos and spooky shits.
Some dead bodies hanging up.
Yeah, it's spooky.
She's all
So she's on the internet right now? That's where she keeps her dead bodies?
You see like her website.
Okay.
It's on www.cyberwitch.geocities.gov.com.
This is her live journal?
Instead of shouting, welcome to my world, she should have said, this is my domain.
That's too good of a joke.
That'd been perfect.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
She's like, welcome to my worlds. I'm going to
Little boy.
Welcome to my world, 55-year-old little boy. I'm going to take your virgin powers that you can... My theory for this movie is that he has to stay a virgin to stay pure so he can keep turning into dogs and shit.
Oh, so you think that he could not be a dog if he was not pure?
Yes, exactly. You can't be purebred without being pure. That's in the Bible. So like, he just, like, he gets hit with, like, a laser beam or something from the cyberwitch, and she's like, yeah, look out, I'm coming for you, Mark. And then Mark Zuckerberg is like, you're wrong, witch. And then he manifests the glass harmonica inside the digital reality, but there is no glass harmonica. And he, like, starts playing it, and then, like, she shoots a fireball at him.
She says, your melodies are no match for me. She shoots a spell at him, and he reflects it with the harmonica.
And then she turns into code and starts screaming and disappears and dies.
Yep.
Lame.
Back in the real world,
Yeah.
the CIA man has a videotape of Alex jumping out of the computer.
Yeah, he, like, kid picks into and out of the computer. And, like, the CIA guy has it on tape, and he's like, wow. And then he takes out the tape.
Yeah. All four of them get off a truck, presumably all the way back in good old Glenville.
Mm.
And they have a really, like... This is like a sequel baity kind of exchange. Because he's like, you deserve the Medal of Honor, Alex. And he's all, whatever. And then they argue about the tape because he's like, I saw what you did. He's like, ask for privacy.
I'm in the
And they basically agree, you don't have to tell them how I like saved the day. It'll be our little secret. And he's like, it'll be our secret.
He's totally gonna fucking tell him.
Oh,
Exactly, yeah. Like, I mean, this kid can't keep his lips closed anyway, so he probably already told everybody that he can go onto the internet. Plus, this man already saw him turn into a dove. I don't get what is going on.
This guy and, like, 3 other agents.
Yeah, can you imagine being 15 going on 55 in the year
Nope.
1999, able to get onto the internet?
Oh, yeah.
It's impossible. That's a feat in itself.
Yeah, no, that's the once again, he's been a spy, a shapeshifter. That's the new most impressive thing that he does.
Gets on the internet in 1999. He didn't even use dial-up.
No. So, basically, you and I are gonna have a talk further later. You give me the creeps, whatever. We have a couple nice scenes of the new Brown family. We see Annika and Alex on bikes for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
She's on the phone talking about like to his friend Megan, and this boy Jason that she kind of likes.
Jason. Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, there's always a Jason, isn't there?
they're always...
She just incorporated herself into 1999 American culture immediately. She's the most popular girl at school.
Mhm.
She just sits on the phone and gossips.
Yeah.
She's living it up.
It's like...
And there's a final scene of Alex playing the glass harmonica, which, for the record, does not make a inspiring theme. It makes a very haunting melody.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like the ending of Zardoz for a moment, because you just see him in a black void, and he says, "So now the watch is mine.
What watch?
I got to keep the glass harmonica. I play when I want a break from the books." like, of all the speeches, what a fizzle out to end on.
Again, I was
For real.
I was like, maybe 8 or 10 or something. And I recognize that last monologue as kind of a wet fart note to end on.
Yeah. What is he watching?
Now,
He stole everything. He didn't get the harmonica. He took it. He took Annika. Like
He does.
Yeah.
he just stole everything.
now, Courtland, I want to ask something that's in your expertise.
Okay.
Do you think this movie would be improved if after he arrives back home, we fade out and it's the Midnight Society around a campfire?
Only if the Midnight Society was voting on if they could add this person into their ranks and everybody gave a thumbs down. That would be perfect.
And then
The guy's name is like Alex. He's like, come on, it's the best story ever, right?
He's got a red shirt on.
He's a magic spy musician.
and then Alex, shut up.
Something tells me Alex had a lot of force fields on the playgrounds.
Oh, you know he did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like this kid's telling this story, and every time like he's about to get to the end, everybody looks bored as hell. So he's like, and also we had to get my parents' souls back from somewhere. And then everybody's bored, and he's like, also we had to go to the cyberwitch's lair.
Also how I run D&D.
Okay, Alex.
So yeah, that is all of Shapeshifter 1999. We can all sleep now. Congratulations, Allie. Congratulations, Courtland.
Thank you.
Let's wrap this up with a little bit of the final rating place. First, about the movie Shapeshifter 99. Oh, Allie's out of here then.
I've been up for a week since we decided on this premise.
Courtland, what do you think of this film?
Oh boy. I don't think I would ever recommend it to like my worst enemy. You know what? I'm looking at IMDb. It's got a 2.7 out of 10 with 318 ratings. So 318 people have seen at least a little bit of this movie.
That's a lot of people to say to give it 2 stars.
They didn't see it all the way through.
I would.
There's no way.
They only seen one of the endings. I'd say like maybe a 2 out of 10. I'm not upset that I watched it because not only did I get to hang out with you guys, but these memories of a glass harmonica, like I learned, you know?
Yeah, you learned a few things. I learned some things that are not going to help me later in life.
We all did.
Yeah. Allie, your thoughts on the film? Exploring it, was it 15 years later?
Yeah. I got something to say. Gatorface, which we watched earlier this year.
Yeah.
I thought was going to be bad, and I thought I was looking at it through rose-colored glasses. And like I remember seeing the movie and being like, yeah, that was all right when I was a kid. And I saw it again this year, and I was like, yeah, that was all right. And this movie...
It's kind of cute.
Yeah, it was. And this movie I saw, and I was like, maybe this will be good too. Nope. Just absolutely not. This was The Room. This is everything wrong with me. I blame everything bad about my soul on this film. I'll give it a 5 out of 10.
I bet we could get a lawsuit going.
Oh yeah, maybe. No, you know what? Hang on. 2023 minus 2006 out of 2023. So that's
so like about
a 17 out of 2023 is what I
like it.
I saw this movie 17 years ago, so I give it a 17 out of 2023, which comes out to 0.008403361 out of 10.
Yeah.
Now that's being generous.
Yeah. Well, I'm a generous gal.
And I loved it. So as we'll... No, I think we've talked about it. It's flaws throughout. I don't think this movie is to be found by anyone. I will say, if I was a lot younger and I saw this, I would be intrigued by all the different elements of the story. They don't blend well together, but I'm thinking Hellboy 2019 is something that I saw not too long ago where I'm just like, oh, all the elements in this film I like enjoy greatly. It's just the package that's in is a little wrong. And it's like, I could definitely get into time travel and avatars and cyber witches and music-based prophecies, but it's all... the package ain't great.
Adam, I'm here to tell you that even if you did see this movie when you were a kid, you would not like it. You would recognize that it was bad.
Fair enough. So the standout monster in this flick, I don't think we have anything good to say about Alex, but is clearly a cyber witch.
Mm-hmm.
She's awesome. She kind of rules. I kind of want the cyber witch spinoff or prequel. To your point, Courtland.
Cyber Witch gets a 10 out of 10 in my book.
Oh yeah. Believe it or not, I totally forgot about the cyber witch.
Which is crazy because it's you.
Yeah.
you forgot about yourself.
She just went into my brain and just was like, well, let's get the show running. Or, wait, no, that's not what she sounds like. That's Skeletor. It's like, well, let us get the show running, yes. It is time to make donuts, yes.
You were the NATO defense system that she has been living in for these past 15 years.
That's what they call me, the NATO defense system. They call me Finger of God.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this journey, Courtland.
Oh, my pleasure.
I'm glad that you and your wife came along for such a rocky ride. Do you want to talk about your show for a sec here?
Yeah, sure. So I'm one of the co-hosts for Up All Night, a horror anthology podcast. We started out with Are You Afraid of the Dark, everybody's favorite. Moved on to Goosebumps, and then not too long ago we started up Tales from the Crypt. So you're on one of our episodes. It was Judy. Hold on, what the hell was that episode called?
It's a long name. Judy, You're Not Yourself Today?
Yeah, Judy, You're Not Yourself Today. So we had a lot of fun talking about that one. We'll absolutely have to have you back on at some point here. But yeah, a lot of fun. Up All Night. Who doesn't love it, right?
Yeah, awesome. I guarantee you the program is better than Shapeshifter 1999.
You know what? I've heard one of the Tales from the Crypt movies. I think there's 3 of them, and the third one is pretty crappy. So
I'll explore that with them and check it out. So yeah,
I'll let you know.
All right. Well, so thank you so much for joining us. You hopped on and became a great part of the team.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
oh God, thanks so much for having me. I just have to say I was so honored to be a guest for your show. I mean, this one is so intimate between you and your cousin, and I just really appreciate you letting me watch this, vile stain on human history with you guys, and it was great.
Aw, that's nice. You're welcome. Thank you for the nice words, and you're welcome.
In the fires of battle, the true friendships are forged.
Mm.
Yeah. So you can join us on our Discord, and we will be back in the not too distant future.
You will be back, right?
Yeah, I'll be back. Sure.
Okay, good. Just check. Courtland, you'll be back too, right?
Yeah, if you guys will have me, pick another stinker. I'll be there.
We owe you something nice, a nice package after all this.
Oh yeah.
I did see a movie on here. What's it called? Extreme Teens or something like that.
Oh yeah.
It's on Tubi too.
Yeah, I was recommended that as well.
Sounds radical.
So join us as we sing our song into the cosmos. Wet your hands, caress those lips, and join us in the stars.